So it's establishing connection whenever it is ready to transfer the data. It will try to establish connection by using the three-way handshaking process. So this is a client. Client means what? You can say the sender or any host. Okay, any host who is trying to send the data. So that you can call it as a client. And this is what server. Server means what? Receiver, who is receiving the data. So he will send a sync packet to the receiver. Okay, and he will check like whether that receiver or whether that he will check whether that receiver or server is ready to accept the data, right? Like if it is not available, if it is unavailable, then how it will receive the data, right? For the confirmation, it will send the sync packet. Same like whenever you are trying to connect with your friend through WhatsApp or through any other media, what you will do, you will just ping him hi, right? You are not directly starting your conversation, whatever you are want to share, that you are not starting, right? First, what you are doing, you are just sending hi to him. Once you'll get the revert back from him, you'll start the communication, right? So same like that, client is sending the sync packet for the synchronization purpose. Once your receiver receive the sync packet, once your receiver will receive the sync packet, then only server will when your receiver or server whatever receive that sync packet, it will try to establish connection with the client and it will send the sync plus acknowledgement packet, right? So once your client will receive the acknowledgement from the server, means what? Client will assume that server is ready to accept the data, right? And then it will send the acknowledgement packet back and your communication will establish, right? So this is what three-way handshaking. If you have any doubts in three-way handshaking, then we will take. Otherwise, we will continue. So we are going to continue this only three-way. TCP only. While sending the data or data packet by using TCP adding some headers into that. So what is that header and how the frame structure of TCP that look like that we are taking. Okay, so let me show you TCP header. Just a minute. I need to draw table. Okay. Oops. Okay, so this is what TCP header we are going to learn. TCP header. Is this visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in the TCP header means what? Whatever the packet it's sending to the server, like whenever your communication established, right? Your connection established, and now it's going to start the sending data, right? So whenever it start the sending data, just give me a second. It will send one TCP header along with that packet. Okay, so what will be there in the TCP header? Source port. Okay, source port means what? From the sender side port, from the client side port. Okay, so this is what your source, and this is what your destination, right? Who is sending it will become your source, and who is receiving the data, they are receiver. Okay, so here destination, this is a source, this is destination. So source port means what? The source side, client side port, that is a source port, Then destination port, at which port your receiver is going to receive that packet, that is what the destination port. Okay, then sequence number sequence number. So sequence number, why we want, see, when your communication started, it will send packets one by one packet, right? So yesterday I have shown that diagram. Your packet will start, first packet will send, then you will get reply back, acknowledgement of that packet. Second packet when it send, then you will get the acknowledgement for the second packet. So in the sequence number, that packet number will show, like first packet, second packet, third packet, fourth packet. So what happened, like if you missed, like if receiver missed any packet in between, then your sender will come to know that which packet is missed. That's why sequence number will be indicated in the TCP header. Okay, then acknowledgement number Okay, so what is the acknowledgement number? uh, for each and every packet, it is receiving the acknowledgement number, right? So along with the TCP header, it will mention that acknowledgement number, previous acknowledgement number, so that what happens, like with the TCP header, you will come to know that when you received the last acknowledgement, right? If you are for the third packet you are sending, and you are received the last acknowledgement for the previous third packet, or last third packet, then your sender will stop the communication, and it will check whether it is receiving the acknowledgement or not, right? So acknowledgement number also will be there. Then flag size and window size will be there. Sorry, flags will be there. Flag means some flags are there, received, reserved flags, then urgent flags, acknowledgement, push, pull, like that flags will be there. Then window size will be there. Window size. Okay, window size means the packet size, you can say, no problem. Window size. Then checksum. Checksum is a error correction method. Okay, so along with your packet, it's checking the error correction bits as well. Like if uh, here we have shown this here we have shown this very near, right? But in the real case, it's not there. Like client will be another at another location, server will be at another location. So when it's sending the data, there will be possibility, there will be like data loss will be there, right? So because of that data loss, maybe there is some chances that you are missing some data, right? So that's why here your TCP header adding checksum error correction method, so that if some data is lost, or some in the packet some bits are missed, so it will correct that data, and it will send it again. Okay, then urgent pointer will be there. Urgent pointer. So what is the urgent pointer? If you are sending something urgent kind of data, like very important data, if you are sending, and you need that data is has to be received at this point only, right? So you can flag the urgent pointer, so that what happen when receiver receive your request, along with the urgent pointer, it will come to know that this is sender try to send something urgent data. Okay, so that's why urgent pointer you can set. Then source IP, then destination IP, and last one is data. So this is important field. And last one is data. Okay, so this is what this is a TCP header. Okay. Okay, sequence number, acknowledgement number, flag, window size, checksum, urgent pointer, source IP, destination IP. Source IP means this source IP, this destination IP. Okay, source IP, destination IP, and then data. So whatever your data will be, that data will be here. So flag I will show you, TCP flags, TCP flags. So this flags. Okay, here we have mentioned flag. No? So that flags. Let's take how much it is. I don't know. Okay. So first is a first two is a reserved flags. Reserved. Reserved. Okay. Next is a urgent. So urgent means here I have mentioned urgent pointer, right? If you are sending any urgent kind of data, then you will send that urgent pointer. You will set that urgent pointer. Okay. Then acknowledgement. Here we have mentioned, right? Acknowledgement number, same acknowledgement will be there. So it will set this data. Set means what? Zero. If acknowledgement pointer is zero means it is down flag or it is not set. If it is indicated by 1 means it is a set. This names will not be there, like this numbers will be there, 101010. So if it is 1, then you can say like that flag is set. If it is 0, you can say it's not set. Okay. So here just for your information, I'm mentioning here the names. Okay. But at the real time here data will be there, 1010. Okay. Then push, then reset. Like if reset flag is set means what? Whatever the communication or connection it has established, it is a resetting. Try to reset that communication. That's why it will set that flag. Then synchronization. Synchronization. And last one will be finish. Okay. So this is these many flags are there. Okay. So this is what this is coming under your flag in a TCP header, and it will be set as per the requirement, right? If you are resetting connection, reset flag will set. If you are acknowledging, then acknowledge flag will set. Reserved is for different purpose. You can use the reserved flags. Synchronization, finish, fin flag. Last one we have set. We have seen, right? For the completing communication, it is sending the fin flag, right? So that is what this is, finish flag. Along with flag, it will set this finish flag and it will send it. Okay. So this is what the TCP header with along with each and every packet, TCP will add this TCP header and it will send. So that by header means what? You can say the wrapping cover of your gift. Okay. By looking that wrapping cover, you will somehow you will come to know that what is inside, right? If you are ordering something from Amazon, it will paste one batch in front of your that package, right? So that you will come to know that what is inside, whether it is electronic device or whether it is household something device, so that you can come to know. Same like that, you are going to paste this TCP header in front of your packet, so that receiver side, receiver or destination will come to know that what is acknowledgement number, what is sequence number, what is the data, how much the window size, whether it urgent pointer is set or not. If not, then it's sending the normal data. Okay. So that is a TCP header. And we have learned the handshaking yesterday, so no need to take, right? Okay, so next is one more protocol is there along. It's same like a TCP. It's called as a UDP. UDP. Okay. User datagram protocol.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so is it the sequence number is just a serial number?
Yeah, serial number. Okay, so next is a user datagram protocol. Communication size. User datagram protocol. Okay, so this is the same kind of protocol which used to send the data, or you can say which is used for the communication purpose. Okay, so let me tell you the difference between the TCP and UDP. So here in the TCP we have seen like it is using the three-way handshaking process. While it's sending any data, right? It's checking whether the destination is available for the data transmission or not, right? And once it confirms that it is available, then and then only it will start the data transmission, right? But here in a UDP, it's not using any handshake process. Okay, no handshake mechanism used. No handshake mechanism is used. Okay, means it is not checking whether the destination or receiver is available or not. It will directly start sending the data. It is faster as compared to TCP. It is faster as compared to TCP. So anyone tell me why it will be faster as compared to TCP? Any guesses?
So it is not wait for that acknowledgement and
Connectionless protocol.
There is no handshake process.
Handshake process it's not using, so it is not wasting its time.
There is no acknowledgement or anything.
It's not taking the acknowledgement. That's why it is a faster as compared to TCP. In the TCP, what happened? It's taking the acknowledgement for each and every packet, right? So that's why it is. It will take more time, right? In the UDP, it is not taking any acknowledgement of any packet. It's just sending the information, right? So that's why it is faster as compared to TCP, but the data losses can be expected, right? Why? Because it is not taking any communication back, right? Acknowledgement or something. That's why if data loss happen, your UDP or sender will not come to know that whatever you are sending, that all data is losing. It's not. It will not come to know that. It will just sending the data, and whether it is received or lost, it will not take care about that, right? So data loss can be expected. Loss of data can be expected, no problem. Okay, so this is about the UDP. So let me tell you the difference between the TCP and UDP. So here, the best example of UDP is you can take the live data transmission. Like if you are watching any match live, so what happened? Like if your end, if network connection is not good, if power is not good, so at that time what happened, you will be disconnected, right? You will be disconnected and you will lose that data. Why? Because it is a live transmission, and if it is a live transmission, what is going on? If you disconnected with the network, you will miss that data, right? So that is a very good example of the UDP. And any document transmission, you can take it as a TCP, example of TCP, no problem. So here TCP and UDP, I'll tell you the difference between TCP and UDP. Okay, it's a connection oriented. It's connection less. Its segment sequencing take place. Here, no sequencing. Like in between the data transmission, if first packet took more time to reach out the destination, and before that, if second packet received, so at that time your receiver will not come to know that this is the first packet, this is second packet. Okay, so why? Because sequencing is not taking it's not taking care of sequencing your UDP. So that's why maybe if your first packet received later, second packet received first, so that is also happening. Sequencing, no sequencing. Then here acknowledgement of the segment, and here no acknowledgement. Segment means what? Segment means along with the header, packet along with the header, it called as a segment. Okay, packet means only data, and a packet along with this header, it called as a segment. Okay, here no acknowledgement. Then this is a slow process. This is a fast process. Okay, and the protocol is used the HTTP or SMTP. HTTP means what? Whatever, if you observe this thing, if you are searching anything on Google, it will take this extension, right? HTTP, and then it will search hypertext transmission protocol. So whatever, if you are searching through the HTTP protocol, that is, you can take example as a TCP, means what? Your data. Right, your internet data, you can take example of a TCP. SMTP is a simple mail transfer protocol. Whenever you are sending any mail, it will utilize this protocol, simple mail transfer protocol. So mail is also one kind of TCP example, right? For mail, it's ensure that whatever the data you are receiving, it will receive the whole data, right? You are not missing something in your mailbox, right? So that's what that is a TCP communication, end-to-end communication. Okay. So here, live audio and video streaming. Okay, Skype call or your online any call. Okay, so Skype call is one of the best example of UDP data transmission. So here, okay, yeah, segment retransmission will take place here in a TCP, and in UDP retransmission will not take place. Means if you missed any of the packet, then it will not retransmit that data, right? As I told you, if you are watching any live streaming, and if you missed something due to some internet connection or something, it will not retransmit that data, right? If you once missed, means you missed that data, right? So here segment retransmission take place. Segment retransmission, and here no retransmission. Okay, so this is the difference between TCP and UDP. If you have any doubt, please go ask me. We are going to start a new topic.
Pooja, I think live streaming can also be considered as a TCP, because nowadays what's happening is from the place where the data is lost, like for example, we lost the connection for live. Okay, so when we put it on, okay, even if it is live, we have to select the option to show now for the live. Else, it is it would play from the place where where it stopped previously.
Yeah, it's see, now they have increased some functionalities and all, but we are taking the example of UDP. We are not taking the example of live streaming as a UDP. We are taking the example of UDP, means somewhere like if live transmission is taking place, that example you are taking as a UDP. Like your Skype call, let's take example of your Skype call. That is also live streaming, right? If you are turning on your video and speaking with someone, that is a live example of that is a live example of UDP. Also, if you are talking through your WhatsApp video call, so that is also you can take example, right? If your network connection missed, you will miss the data, right? It is not storing somewhere. So in the matches or everything, they are using multiple devices and all. They are recording everything. That's why it is happening. Like they are recording everything so that you can check the previous data as well. But wherever the live transmission is take place at that time, you can't go back and look what happened, right? So that is the example of UDP we are taking.
No, okay, got it. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah,
Pooja, 1 minute, Pooja.
yes,
I
yes, Shanmugh.
want to hear the name who is, I think, Praveen Sam, right? Name here.
Yeah, Praveen Sam. So he is
He's from Kiran. He's from
Kiran
Kiran side. Pooja. Pooja. Pooja, hello.
Hello, sir.
Sorry.
Praveen Sam, it's me, sir.
Okay. Pooja, do one thing,
I'm
Pooja.
Kiran sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Kiran sir reference, sir.
Okay. Praveen, okay. Praveen. Pooja, write down who are the guys are there from Kiran side. Write down separate
Yes.
names in Excel sheet.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, Shanmugh.
Okay.
Let me show you.
Maybe,
Yeah, I have taken the separate note of them.
Okay, but to do only after finishing class or by end of the day, just to share the Excel sheet to me or me Prasad daily. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Today, I think
daily.
2-3 guys are newly joined.
Yes. Because actually one girl is also joined. The girl name is Mansa here, and
Yeah.
another one who joined.
Mansa and Koteshwarao.
Koteshwar Rao. Hi, bro. Koteshwar Rao.
Yeah, hi bro. Hi. కోటేశ్వర రావు
బ్రో నాకు అయ్యే రావట్లేదు బ్రో ఎవరు
ప్రసాదంతో మాట్లాడాను రాత్రి నేను
అన్నా సన్ముఖ్ అన్నా నేను హరీష్ ని
Yeah,
My
Harish
friend
also
Nana.
newly joined, right?
Sorry?
And one more.
హరీష్ శ్రావణ్ కన్నా ఫ్రెండ్ అన్న
ఓకే ఈ కోటేశ్వర ఎవరు అని కోటేశ్వర ఎవరు రిఫరెన్స్ కోటేశ్వర
హరీష్ రిఫరెన్స్
ఓకే నాకు క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత నాకు పింగ్ చేయి కోటేశ్వర ఒకసారి
యా షూర్
నా నంబర్ ఉంది కదా నా నంబర్ ఒకసారి పింగ్ చేయి
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Carry on. Apurva,
Yeah, okay, thank you.
One more Vikas is also joined, I think. Vikas? Akhil, both are joined today.
Both are joined to yesterday. Akhil is absent, right? Akhil,
Yeah.
I want to speak with Akhil. Where is
In
Akhil?
previous lecture he has joined, but now he is not there, I think.
Okay, I will speak with this guy. Another and any concerns, Pooja? If any new joinings are there, apart from Manasa and this one,
Yeah, Vikas. Who is Vikas?
Vikas?
Vikas also newly joined, I think.
అన్నా
ఎవరు వికాస్ ఐడియా రావట్లేదమ్మా ఏమో అనుకోకు
అన్నా దుబ్బా సాయి గౌడ్ జాయిన్ చేసింది కదా.
రైట్ గుడ్ ఐడియా వచ్చింది. ఓకే వికాస్ ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వు, బాగా చదువు వికాస.
చదువుతున్నాను.
రైట్ గాయస్, నేను అందరికి ఒకటే చెప్తున్నా, గ్రూప్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరికీ మేడం నోట్స్ అండ్ టాపిక్స్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ క్లియర్ గా మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నారు గ్రూప్ లో. క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత కూడా మీరు ప్రతిరోజు టాపిక్స్ ఇలాగే ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యారు అంటే మాత్రం ప్రతిరోజు మీరు ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి. ఇలా ఇది ప్రిపేర్ అయితే మాత్రం లాస్ట్ కి మాత్రం చాలా మీరు వర్క్ చేసేటప్పుడు మాత్రం చాలా ఈజీగా సర్వే అవుతారు. క్లాసెస్ వింటున్న తర్వాత ప్రిపరేషన్ లేకపోతే మాత్రం మీరు జాబ్ లో గెట్ ఇన్ అవ్వడం చాలా కష్టం. అప్పుడు నేను సపోర్ట్ ఇచ్చినా కూడా ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ వేస్ట్. కాబట్టి జస్ట్ మీరు ఇది పాయింట్ మాత్రం మీరు మైండ్ లో పెట్టుకోండి. ఐ థింక్ ఆల్ ఆర్ తెలుగు పీపుల్, రైట్? దట్స్ వై ఐ యామ్ స్పీకింగ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. ఓకే, అది మాత్రం మైండ్ లో పెట్టుకోండి. అసలు టైం వేస్ట్ చేయొద్దు. క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత కూడా మళ్ళీ మీరు చదవాలి. మేడం డైలీకి నోట్స్ పెడుతున్నారు, ఈ రోజు జరిగింది మళ్ళీ గ్రూప్ లో పెడుతున్నారు, కాబట్టి ఇది ఫాలో అవ్వండి. ఓకేనా? పూజ, క్యారీ ఆన్ పూజ. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ టైం.
Thank you, Shanna. Okay, so this is the difference between TCP and UDP. Okay, so let me start the next topic, which is the network topologies. Network topologies means what? Like if you are establishing a new type of organization, so there you will create you will design the architecture and everything, how pieces will be connected and all, right? So that is like connection of laptops or desktops, whatever devices in your network. So that is what you can call it as a network topologies. So let me show you. Just give me a second.
Pooja, sorry to stop you. Why there is no retransmission in UDP?
It is for some place you need to send the data on the priority basis or fastly. So at that time, what happen if you are taking the acknowledgement of each and every data? It's not possible, right? For example, the live transmission. So in the live transmission, if you are retransmitting the data, whatever data loss or something happened, so that's why it will take time, right? It is a faster communication, first of all. Second, what it is not taking the acknowledgement, means whatever the missed at the receiver end, it will not come to know. So that's why it is not retransmitting the data.
Okay.
So here retransmission, the word means what? Whatever the data loss is there, that is only it will retransmit. Whatever the packet lost over the transmission, that it will retransmit. Not the all data it will retransmit, only the lost data it will retransmit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here it is not taking acknowledgement, that's why retransmission is not taking care. Okay,
Right.
okay, so let me share my screen. I will show you the network topologies. So is this visible to you? Just a second. Okay, so good. Okay. So here, this is some network topologies. First, you can see these are the types of network topologies: bus, ring, tree, star, mesh, and hybrid. Okay, this is a bus topology. Why it called as a bus topology? It look like a bus, right? It look like a inside bus. You how you are getting the seats like that. It is constructed, right? So generally in labs or in computer labs or offices, generally this topology they are establishing bus topology. Why? Because it is very easy to establish and easy to maintain as well. Okay, here in a bus topology, this will be your LAN connection. You can see this will be your LAN connection, and in that LAN connection, every pieces will be connected like this. Okay, so in this communication, like in this network, if this PC stopped working, it will not impact on the whole network, right? Because if this PC stop working, this is individual PC which is connected to the LAN, right? It will not impact on the whole network, right? So this is what a bus topology. Next is a ring topology. You can see this is a ring topology, and if you observe this connection, how connection establish ring type. One, all pieces are interconnected to each other, right? So in this topology, what happens? See, if one PC stop working or one device is stop working, your connection will not go to the forward, right? If this PC in between this PC stop working, so your connection will stop here, right? Like this is the server PC. Okay, this is the server PC, and if data comes to the server PC, it will retransmit that data to the LAN. Okay, so here the server PC received the data for this computer. Okay, server PC received the data for this computer. How it will send data to this computer? Through these two devices, right? Through these two devices only, that server PC will transmit the data to this PC. If in between something happened and this device stop working, so server will not be able to share the data to this, right? So that's why what happened, like in the ring topology, if one device stop working, your ring topology will stop working, right? All PCs will stop working. So that's why we are just this ring topology is not that much utilized. Okay, next topology is a star topology. In the star topology, you can see here it is a central hub. Okay, this is a central hub and all devices connected to the central hub. So in this also, like whatever the data comes to the central hub, it will just broadcast that data, or it will send that data to the whatever PC. Like this PC, if this PC wants to receive some data, and that data came at the hub, so hub will directly transmit that data to this PC, right? If this PC stop working, then it will not impact on the whole network, right? This is a star topology. Then next is a tree topology. So in the tree topology, you can see one LAN is there, and then on that LAN some server PCs are connected, and to that server PCs some other PCs are connected. Okay, so this is also, you can see this is connected in a somewhat in a star type of manner, half star, right? So in this also, like if one PC stop working, it will not impact on the whole network, right? So this also easy to establish. You can create this network as well. Okay, next is a mesh. So in a mesh, each and every computer
I have a question regarding that the previous topology.
tree.
Yes, that's correct. So if you see here, one device is connected to the LAN cable here, right? The server or the last device. So if the server is not working over there, or if that particular device is not
This
working,
will be stop working. Whole network will stop working.
yeah. So complete network would be stopped, right?
Yeah. Complete network means that server PC, how many PCs are connected to that server PC, that will stop working. If your server PC stop working, all PCs whichever connected to that branch, it will stop working. Okay. Here it is a mesh. In a mesh, you can see each and every computer is connected to each other, right? Each and every computer is or PCs are connected to each other. In this, one will be your server PC. So you can see, if you consider this is as a server PC, you can see that server is connected to each and every computer separately, right? It connected each and every computer separately. So if something happen and this link stop working, so server can reach up to this PC via using different route. You can see here, this route it can use, right? If this link stop working, it can use different link to reach out that PC. Okay, or this is also one more link, or this is also one more link. It can take the longer path, but somehow it will reach to that PC, right? So this is a mesh topology. In a mesh topology, each and every computer will connected to each other, and it will take multiple path, right? It will take multiple path means what? If this path is stop working, it can take another path. These three paths are available, right? So this is what the mesh topology. In a mesh topology, each and every computer will be connected to another by using like different ways. Okay. Then next is a hybrid, I think so. Yeah, hybrid. So hybrid is a combination of all topologies. You can see here, this is bus, this is the ring, then this is tree, right? So in a hybrid topology, you can design a network where you can utilize multiple topologies, right? By using the multiple topologies, you can design your network, and if you create that network by using hybrid means, if you create your network by using different topology, you can call it as a hybrid topology. Okay, so here okay, so same you can see here, ring, star, bus. Point to point means only two pieces will be there. Tree topology, mesh. In a mesh, each and every will be connected to each other, and a hybrid topology. Okay, this is just a connection purpose. That's it. Like how you can create a network. So that purpose only. Why I took this. This is not that much important. Just I have explained. I'm not going to share any theory note for this. Just for your information, I am taking this topologies. Okay. So just give me a second. We will start the next one. I will share this picture with you. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we have seen bus topology. And yes, that page also I will share with you, so that you can refer that page, right? Just for the network connection, you can refer it. Okay. Bus topology, then star topology, tree topology,
Ring topology.
ring, right? Then hybrid. Anything missed? No, I think. Okay. So this is what the topologies.
Mesh topology.
Yeah, mesh. Okay, so this is what the topologies is, which will help you to create the network architecture. Okay, so now we are going to start the network devices. Okay, before that I will show you how the network devices how it constructed. Network architecture I will show you, means which device we are using where, and how we are creating our network. That is architecture I will tell you first. Then we will start by using that architecture. We will start the devices. Each and every device we are going to learn from that architecture. So that architecture we will take today. So let me share Paint. Okay, so here I'm going to show you the network architecture. Okay, any organization network, if you take an example, so how it will be constructed, that I'm going to show you network architecture. So this is server LAN. Then let me draw first. Okay, so this is your network connection is, and let me tell you which devices will be there. Next here, 2 more devices will be there. Which will be connected to your firewall. Okay, so this is, first of all, this is a server LAN. Server LAN. Server LAN means what? Multiple servers are there in inside the organization, like application server, file server, then your Active Directory server. So whatever server they are utilizing in their network, or they are using in their network, so that server will be here. So just I'm writing down, and we are going to take this all devices in detail. Okay, so how many servers will be there? AD, Active Directory, then DNS, domain name server. Okay, then DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, then your data servers. Okay, data server means you can call it as a database as well, no problem. Okay, then your proxy will be there, proxy server, it is also one type of server. Then your antivirus devices will be there, antivirus. Then SIM also will be here only, because you are going to host your SIM on one server, so that's why I'm taking server SIM under the server. Then your application server, application server, then file server, then exchange server. So here exchange server is one of the application of your Microsoft server. It's providing you this server, exchange server. Also AD also belongs to Microsoft server only. Okay, this is your server LAN. This is a user LAN, user LAN. Okay, so user LAN means what? Whatever the users or employees are there, they will connect it to this LAN. Okay, this is server LAN is totally different. It is utilized for the business purpose only, and this is a user LAN where your all users and their devices will be connected. Okay, so to the user LAN, which devices are there? Host AV, host AV. Host based antivirus. Okay, this is what this is a antivirus which is you are utilizing for whole network or whole network, whole organization network. Host AV means what? In your computer antivirus you are using, right? So that is what host antivirus. Okay, it's giving the protection to your host only, right? You can't. It is not giving the protection to your network. It is giving protection to your host, means your system only. That is a host antivirus. Then host based DLP, data loss prevention system. Okay, then HIPS means again it is a host IPS. HIPS, host based intrusion prevention system. Host intrusion prevention system. Okay, HIPS. Then next will be your host firewall. Then this is also you can see if you see your Windows Defender, there you will get the host firewall, right? It is providing by your service provider like HP. If you are using Windows, you are using OS, right? So Windows will provide you the firewall, Windows firewall, right? Windows Defender, it is your host firewall. Then encryptor. Okay, so this is what user LAN we have covered, server LAN, and this is user LAN. Okay, so there is a difference between the server LAN and user LAN. This is utilized by the users only, and this is a server LAN which is useful for the business purpose. Okay, here course which will be there. Course which is a like it's a establishing connection two-way like this. Whatever coming for the server LAN, it will transmit the data from here to here and from here to here. Okay, core switch. Next will be your DLP. Data loss prevention. Here DLP, data loss prevention. So why we are using data loss prevention? To protect your organization data to leak from somewhere. So that's why it is using DLP. If you are sending any of the document which is belongs to your organization to outside, your DLP will detect. So it will detect the mail communication or other any medium if you are using for the data transmission, that is also it will detect. Next is IPS or IDS. IPS IDS is an intrusion prevention and intrusion detection system. Okay, it will just prevent your organization from the various intrusions. Then your firewall. Firewall is a device which is doing the high IP based filtering. Okay, that we are going to learn in detail. Then ESA, which is a email security appliances. ESA, email security appliances. It will trace out your email communication. Okay. Then WAF, web application firewall. So if you are hosting any websites or something web application, so this will give the protection of your web application firewall. Okay, then here it comes your router. Okay, so router will route your data to the internet cloud, or this is what your ISP, internet service provider, and you can say the internet cloud. Okay, internet cloud, if you are searching for the Google or youtube.com. Okay, so if you are searching for youtube.com, your connection will go through the router, firewall, IDS, DLP, and then user LAN. Okay, so this is what the network architecture, your communication is going through this much device. Okay, like if you are sending any mail or any communication to any other network, so these many devices will be there, and your communication will go through the multiple devices, and then it will reach to the user to whom you are trying to connect with. Okay, so we are going to learn this all devices in depth. What is the working of IPS IDS, why we are using it, how we are getting the logs in your SIM tool. So we are going to integrate all these devices to our SIM tool, all these servers, all these devices which is here in a server LAN, all these devices here. This is some are the security devices, some are the networking devices, and the user LAN, this one. So we are going to integrate all these devices to your SIM tool, so you will get the logs from each these devices to your SIM tool. Okay, any doubt in this? Hello team.
No question.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Okay, then that's fine. I think it's fine for today. So from tomorrow, I will start these devices. Okay, so we are going to start from the switch. Okay, what is the working of switch? What is the functions of switch? Why we are using switch? Okay, so we are going to start from switch, and we are going to cover all these devices. Okay.
Pooja, one quick question. That you would be discussing about the L1 and L2 job roles.
We will discuss it. Actually, I discussed with Shanmugh, but he said like whenever you are going to start the tool training, before that you can explain those because your networking concepts are also not cleared, right? So he said like before you are starting the tool training, you can explain those roles and responsibility. So you will be better understand like if you clear with all those topics, you will easily understand what is your roles and responsibilities.
Okay.
Okay.
So, are we done with the networking concept, or still we have?
We have started networking concepts.
No, is it the last concept discussion in networking, or do we have still more concepts?
Networking and then security concepts we are going to take, and then we are going to take the tool training classes. So under the networking, these devices and network architecture will come. Okay, in a security point of view, we are going to learn how many malwares are there, how many attack types are there, then some security frameworks are there, then some security concepts are there, like just a minute, I'm getting call from Prasad. Hello. Okay, so in the security, we are going to learn some frameworks, frameworks like the cyber threat kill chain, then hacking process, ethical hacking process, military attack process. So that frameworks we are going to learn, and some more concepts are there related to security that we are going to learn, and then we will start the tool training. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then I think this is fine for today. I will share the notes and as well this diagram also I will share so that you can trace out whatever remaining, how many devices are there. Okay. Okay then. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. AD is a Active Directory server. DNS is a domain name server. DSCP is a dynamic host configuration protocol. This is the data service. AV is antivirus. SIM is our SIM tool. Okay. Who asked me this one?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay then. Bye bye.
Pooja, what is ESA?
Where? DS.
ESA, WAF.
TSA, email security appliances.
Okay, thanks.
Email security appliances. Okay then. Bye bye. I will share the notes.
Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you.